Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Recently I wrapped up my playthrough of Pokemon Emerald, so I figured I'd hop into Pokemon Platinum since we are now less than a week away from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. My original idea was to play through Platinum before those games were released, but I'm kind of running out of time, so I'm going to try to get through as much as I can over the next few videos before pausing to begin playing Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl on the channel. So, since we don't have any time to waste, let's get going. After simply selecting to start a new game, which kinda bites me later as you'll soon find out, I begin my journey. This time around I figured I'd play as Dawn, who I named appropriately, and then after naming my rival Barry, we're ready to begin. I start in my room as you usually do, then after Barry barges in we set off to get our first Pokemon from Professor Rowan. He's a little hesitant at first, but he eventually lets us choose our first Pokemon, and I of course go with Chimchar. Barry then challenges us to our first battle. We exchange attacks one after another, but are eventually victorious and defeat his Piplup. After a little running back and forth, we finally have some Pokeballs, and our first captor is the one and only Bidoof. We nickname him appropriately. We then battle some trainers and make our way towards the first gym. We have God on our side, so things are looking up. However, when I try to save the game, it tells me I needed to first delete the original save data before I can save my new game. So, why did you let me select a new game if I can't even save it? Ugh. Well, I guess I'm starting over, but I'll pick the video back up when we're past this point. Okay, we are back, and my team may be a little bit different, and some of the nicknames aren't the same, since the genders of some of them ended up being different than the first playthrough. But let's just find these clowns, get the Poketch, and move on with our journey. After we receive the Poketch, we find a wild Bidoof and catch it. I really love Roserade, so that'll be an exciting team member after it fully evolves. The time has finally come to get our first Gym Badge. Work starts with a Geodude, and we send out our Bidoof, since she should be able to take down his rock types with Absorb. As expected, Geodude falls, and next up is Onix. It's a little tougher, but a couple Absorbs still do the trick, even after he tries to heal with a potion. We then learn Mega Drain, which can replace Absorb, and should be a huge help. Lastly, he sends out Cranidos, so we use Mega Drain, but unfortunately it doesn't get OHKO. But he retaliates with Headbutt, taking us down in one hit. We try sending out Psyduck, but he hits us hard with Headbutt once again, taking her out. Next we try Chimchar, but also get OHKO'd. That thing just hits too hard, but I know Shinx won't let us down. He doesn't really have any great moves for rock types, but his Intimidate cuts down Cranidos' attack power. We barely survive his next attack, but I decide to swap out into Starly. Starly is able to survive with one hit point, allowing us to heal Shinx. Shinx then re-enters the battle, allowing Intimidate to activate again, reducing his attack power even more. We're now able to stand up against Headbutt, and with a combination of potions and a few tackles, we finally take down Cranidos, earning us the Coal Badge. Next, we head to the Valley Windworks to take care of some trouble there, and on the way capture a Shellos, who we then replace Psyduck with, since it will give us even more type coverage when it evolves. Then, after taking on a few grunts to get the Valley Windworks key, we progress to battle Mars, who is a lot harder than I anticipated. We get past her Zubat, but her Perigly takes it out one by one, so I think we're going to need to train a little bit harder before we attempt a rematch. But, before that, something crazy happened. While we were doing some grinding in an attempt to level up a little more, I happened to find a shiny Starly. I hit record as fast as I could, and very carefully attempted to catch it. I almost wasn't sure it was shiny at first because I was barely paying attention, and Starly's shiny isn't the most obvious at first glance. Luckily, I thought I saw some sparkles when I encountered it, and I sent out my own Starly to compare. Then, the first time I broke out of a Pokeball, it redid the sparkles, so then I was sure. And after a few more attempts of, weakening it very little and paralyzing it, I was successful and caught it. And I still can't believe it. In Pokemon Platinum, the odds of a shiny were still like 1 in 8,192. So not only was it full odds, but it was in a game where the odds were at their worst. So I think this may be the first and only shiny I've ever found with those odds. And I'm still in shock a little bit. But I quickly swapped out my Starly for the shiny one, because of course I have to use it for this playthrough. And I think it gave me a huge confidence boost because I decided to instantly try and rematch Mars, probably before I was actually ready to. And of course I led with Starly, just to see the sparkles. But unfortunately it was taken down pretty quickly by her Zubat. I then sent out Shinx, and was able to finish off Zubat pretty quickly. Next up is her Purugly. We exchange attacks, and luckily don't get OHKO'd, so after a few sparks, she gets paralyzed, which gave us the upper hand. We needed to keep healing, but eventually we were able to whittle down her health and get the win. Shinx then evolved into Luxio as a reward for all that hard work. The Valley Windworks are safe, and we can now continue on our adventure. But I think with that victory, I'm going to wrap things up for now. We made some good progress, and we'll pick it up next time. So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Still can't believe I found that shiny. Damn.